I've been around and doing it, but now it's my time to shine and start proving it. I'm losing it, I'm moving it. The city is where I'm made, Bostonian flow, I kick it in back bay. Yeah, I got game, God in a fan way. We the city of the champs, every sport we play. Spit wetter than the harbor, yeah, I'm flowing like the Charles. I be speeding on this beat, call it Turnpike Miles. Yeah, it's Boo signing on, John to the Hancock, and I'm always key, I'm ready to unlock. I be doing big things, don't even have a deal, yeah, I battle through these.
Welcome back, everyone, to the newest edition of Once a Week. I'm Giannouloudis, and we've got a great message for you guys today. Something that is truly straight from a coaching session that I feel a lot of us can connect with. Because there's almost a guarantee that at one time or another, what was addressed in this session has happened to every single one of us. But before we dive into that, if you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button below. With all the recent messages and video series that Once a Week has been releasing, it's been so awesome that people have been reaching out and explaining how helpful they've been. Don't miss a message so you can keep learning, you can keep growing, and you can keep moving forward in your own right, whatever that means for you. But I want to make sure that happens today. Like I said, today's message comes straight from a coaching session. And the other day, we started our session. My client was extremely overwhelmed, extremely stressed. And as much as we all can listen and understand great concepts to help us in the moment, when the stress levels rise and the weight is on our shoulders and it just seems to get heavier and heavier, it becomes tougher to see straight. It becomes tougher to think straight. The clarity that we once had fades because everything else is vying for your attention. I need to do this, I need to do this, I need to do this. Does that sound familiar at all? How often does that happen to all of us? At one time or another, I'm sure that we all have been there. But the problem is that most people don't know how to catch it and bring it back. To stop yourself and the anxiety that you're feeling from escalating in the moment, because that doesn't help anyone. You react out of emotion rather than responding from a place where you can decide what is best for right now. So what do we do in the moment? With my client, we work through the perfect example for you right now. What do we do in the moment? We bring it back to the moment. Never underestimate the power of bringing things back to this moment, right here, right now. The present. That's where clarity and growth are found. That's where that sense of peace is found, right? But sadly, let's all face it, right here and right now, with where our minds go, the present moment can sometimes be the very last place that you end up, because the anxiety could take you to the future and depression could take you to the past, negativity, whatever you want to call it. But in our session, that was the only choice of action. When we have that feeling of overwhelm, realize that everything can and will get done. But from a place of reaction and letting your stress and worry get the best of you, you end up creating more and more of your own walls. You're the builder at that point because your focus is honing in on your problem rather than honing in on your answer. Constantly questioning what's wrong rather than what you can do now in the present moment to move forward and receive your answer. When we can take a second to reassess the situation, aka bring it back to the now or the present moment, we allow ourselves to respond in a way that moves things forward with less tension, with less anxiety, with less stress. That creates progress because we gain clarity in the present moment. So, in doing this with my client, within a matter of a moment, the beauty of it, within a matter of a moment, her focus shifted and the tension was gone. And then we continue to build her in the session so she can see how to move forward from empowerment to get everything done. One task at a time, one moment at a time. The to-do list gets done at that point, but also learning how to face anything and overcome, to focus on the answer rather than the problem, to realize that you are the builder of your walls and you choose when those walls come down. What's the point of focusing on the struggles if all it does is build walls around us, blocks us off? Shifting your thinking to a higher place to break the walls down. with everything that Once a Week has taught in the last 2 months of videos, has been teaching you how to do this for yourself step by step. And here's where it comes full circle in helping my client the other day do this. The session finished with her being in such a state of peace that you could see how evident the change was. She felt it and was ready to take on the rest of the day. That's perfect. But the beauty came later. To receive word yesterday that it was as if everything felt directly in line and place for her from that point onward. The overwhelm was completely gone, the walls were gone, but to respond rather than react to what came her way allowed her to go through each moment, as we all should, focused on the moment and not the next thing we need to get done. You're in a flow state at that point. You're relaxed, you're at peace. But as I said before, everything can and will get done. For my client, her experience is now proof of all of that. So to bring all of that back to you right here, right now, the present moment, don't let your thoughts or your to-do list take too much of your focus. It creates anxiety and stress, but it causes you to build your own walls. It creates more obstacles that you need to then get over. But to bring it back to the right now, in a matter of a moment, your walls can come down. That's when we move forward with clarity and growth with whatever situation we find ourselves in. That's when life begins to flow together. We are in more control than we realize, and when you do realize it, life takes on a whole new meaning. We create everything with our minds, for better or for worse. Take it back to the present moment so you can create for the better, because that's when life gets good. But that's a quick coaching moment for you guys right there. Something simple that connects, but also something that you can take with you right here, right now, and into your day. Anytime that overwhelm or stress comes your way, pause and respond rather than reacting right away. Don't let your emotions get the best of you. You control all of it with your focus and your thoughts. So to shift your focus from the problem to the answer, the beauty is that it creates the answer. You receive guidance directly to what you need. Take that and run with it. But I thank you guys for tuning into this. If you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button below, hit that thumbs up button below, and like this message. And lastly, if this message sparked you and you feel it could spark someone else, it could teach them what they need in the moment, share it to someone who you feel needs it. And if you have more questions, if you or someone you know is interested in coaching and just seeing how it could work for you, go to BillyGLifeCoaching.com and you can set up a free strategy session with me, and I'll be right there for you. We'll dive in and find the answer to whatever the problem may be. I thank you guys for tuning in. Until next week.
You know I've been around and doing it, but now it's my time to shine and start proving it. I'm losing it, I'm moving it. The city is where I'm